2014, Wayne County was on a crossroad.
At the brink of bankruptcy, Wayne County was in a similar position as the city of Detroit had been.
There was a dark cloud hovering over Wayne County.
And you had the issue of the jail, you had the issue of deficits, you had the issue of can Wayne County make it?
One was clearly a poor economy, but it was also poor planning. The previous administration was not ready for the economic challenges that we all faced.
This region and this state and this county went through one of the worst recessions that was ever been experienced anywhere. There's a whole line that, you know, when the nation gets a cold, Michigan gets the flu.
We're continuing to erode the tax base that is so important to make sure that we have strong ability to deliver county services.
They didn't have to be frightened. When you think about bankruptcy, a lot of people lost a lot of things in bankruptcy. So when word came that the county was even looking at it, Warren was very clear. We're not going down that road. And that was a big relief to the residents of Wayne County.
And at one point in time, that's all we had available cash was enough to get us through 1 week. And here's a county with a budget of over $1 billion that is so cash starved that we really didn't know where the money was going to come from the next week. And that's just how scary and how troublesome it was.
The Wayne County Jail was this bigger-than-life project.
That's what you see as the beacon of Wayne County and Detroit, is this awful jail that was started.
Its impact as an obvious symbol of mismanagement and decline and an eyesore, it was everything we didn't need and everything we didn't want.
This was a physical reminder of just how bad things had gotten in this area and just how bad things had gotten with Wayne County. To see that hulking morass of concrete, unfinished, was really a metaphor for where we were at that moment.
It actually resembled the sentiment that we had of the shape that the county was in.
Warren Evans is much more public servant than he is politician. He's a problem solver.
He's one of those kind of people that's needed right now, that understands that sometimes decisions are not going to be popular, but you have to do what your conscience tells you and what is necessitated for the times in which we live.
He didn't need to do this, he didn't need to run for this office, but he cares and he believes in the people of Wayne County.
Just being in a room with Warren Evans, he puts an emblem or a standard up over your head of excellence, and it challenges you and dares you to grow tall enough to reach it.
And what he says he's going to do, he does. And I really like that about politicians. That's rare.
If you have a leader who is willing to listen, willing to open up their mind, doesn't try to shut you down, is open to your opinions, and respects you and your decision making, then it's much easier to work with a person like that. And that's what we have in the current executive.
He is decisive, but not divisive. He's focused, calm, and collaborative. He can be tough when he needs to be, but he's never that way unnecessarily.
We had a junk bond status with all of the rating agencies, Moody's, Standard & Poor's, Fitch's. I remember the accumulated deficit being about $82 million. And the structural deficit, which is the one you live with all the time, that's the great lie, the structural deficit, because you budget every year, quote, with a balanced budget, but you know the day you approve it, it's $52 million less than you need to get through the year. And that's just, you know, to me, the most hypocritical part of the problem. Without the recovery plan, not only would we have been floundering like a fish out of water, but we also pull down the surrounding communities of the city of Detroit.
When the county's in tough times, the outlying townships are in tougher times.
Warren took that extra step to actually listen. He can't fix everything. You know, Wayne County was very in bad shape and broken almost. And it was years broken. So I think that his leadership brought about people participating.
The difference between working with the administration that left in 2014 and the current administration is like frozen tundra versus the Mojave Desert. It's like night and day.
Over that 4-year period, we eliminated $1 billion with a B in unfunded health care liability. It did an awful lot to start to put us on the path to have a bunch of incremental improvements.
He's encouraged over $400 million in investment in Aerotropolis over the last year. And he's led the revitalization and redevelopment of a host of properties across Wayne County.
Amazon, Rose, Penske, thousands of jobs coming through the result of that hard work to where they start to see Wayne County healthy place to do business and healthy place to live.
We could talk about the Guardian building, which was bleeding, and now it's operating in black.
Warren Evans has quietly, effectively, in an amazing fashion, has really turned the fortunes of this county around. There is now a budget surplus in Wayne County. That was unthinkable.
He steered us through a consent agreement with the state of Michigan. This is not a small feat. He balanced the county budget, and created a consistent surplus over 4 years.
This year we have a $100 million rainy day fund. That is accomplishment. I receive a lot of calls from citizens, sometimes compliment, sometimes complain, but the end result, a job well done.
Well, that's the commitment. As the county gets better, he's able to do more to help this office. And again, we have a long way to go, but we certainly are a lot better off than we were when we started in 2014.
And the fact that he was able to turn this around and to restore confidence in the people in Wayne County and to make Wayne County a player again is significant.
That's what I've enjoyed through this journey the most. There was no home run, but there were a lot of singles, a lot of bunts, stole a couple bases, but we started to score.
Through the decisions, some of them very tough, that he's had to make, now Wayne County is in a much, much better financial position, a much, much better operational position, and he's in much, much better of a leadership position.
And it's back in quite frankly, a way that, that has people focused, talking, and excited.
We're retaining talent. We're recruiting new talent. We have a mammoth of a man that's in that office that has character and integrity.
Wayne County today has promise and a future that I believe is bright.
I'm glad to have a guardian in the Guardian building.